Now on CoastTV News.
Remembering 9/11, how the town of Ocean City came together on this somber day.
Honoring a fallen firefighter, the memorial Ellendale is considering.
Shoup and Smith follow up how this District 36 race could head to a recount.
And it has been yet another picture-perfect day on the Delaware Peninsula with more sunshine ahead on Thursday. We'll take an early look at your weekend when the rain may creep back into the region in the full forecast.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Bikes on the way to show support to the many lives lost. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with the 9/11 memorial service in Ocean City.
For the past 4 nights, you might have seen these two beaming lights in the sky. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us how this was one of the many ways the town came together to remember the lives lost during 9/11.
It's a day America will never forget. And in Ocean City, it is the last day of this year's 9/11 memorial.
A total of 2,996 people died and over 6,000 were injured.
Something that's been going on for the past 5 days. And firefighter Kevin Knowles, who is the chairman of the Memorial Committee, explains why this tradition is so important.
5 nights of education, awareness, and remembrance. The education for the generation that has grown up since September 11th that don't even know about what actually happened on that day. The remembrance for all of us that may have let it slip.
Today started off with bells ringing at 8:46 and 10:28 a.m. The exact times Tower 1 and 2 were hit. Later, hundreds of bikes riding in support. An exercise in remembrance of everyone that lost their lives that day, and the sacrifice first responders made. The Ocean City mayor, along with the police and firefighter chiefs, were some of the many speakers at the ceremony.
That freedom and democracy are not to be taken for granted, and that they must be defended.
Kirk Edwards, a local in Ocean City, was moved by the speeches and hopes the people's lives that were lost are never forgotten.
We got to remember all our heroes and people that have, whether it's the police and the firemen and the paramedics and the people that rushed into that danger. People do that every day. Every day it's going on. And you got to really respect that.
With the ceremony coming to a close, there is one last opportunity you could attend if you want to show your support. The Remembrance beam of lights will be displayed one last time tonight and will end at dawn. I'm Kevin Zapay in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how do you usually observe September 11th? Let's take a look at the results.
Take a look at your screen. So far, you can see 73% say personal reflection, 14% say watch documentaries, news clips, things like that. 2% attend ceremonies like the one you just saw, and 11% say they don't.
If you have not voted in this yet, easy to do. Go to coasttvnews.com or use our Coast TV mobile app.
New information on a crash that shut down part of Route 1. According to the Bethany Beach Police, the driver of a red Honda Accord in this crash was identified as 18-year-old Yaniel Pagan of Millsboro. Pagan has been charged with reckless endangering. Here's footage of that crash here. It shut down part of Bethany Beach's Route 1. He's also charged with disregarding a police officer's signal, vehicular assault, and marijuana charges. For more information, you can check out coasttv.com.
Almost 1 month after a firefighter was killed in the line of duty, Ellendale has plans to honor its fallen hero. The council will discuss installing a tree or bench for Thomas Berry III. Berry was killed by an electrical pole while trying to help victims of a car accident. Berry volunteered in Ellendale and Georgetown Fire Companies. Berry's best friend of 22 years, Stephen Hughes Jr., told Coast TV the bench would mean more than we know.
So being able to have something close to home that we can, share in the grieving process moving forward as an icon or symbolism to him, I think a bench would do a lot of service.
According to the mayor of Ellendale, the town council will be meeting tonight at 7 at the Ellendale Fire Hall to discuss approval of the memorial site.
Let's go ahead and take a live look right now into Cambridge. A beautiful evening there as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams on our First Alert weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie. And we have glorious sunshine once again. We're going to be riding this wave of absolutely wonderful and spectacular weather for the next couple of days, maybe a few more clouds here and there. Overall, courtesy of our Cambridge camera, we're at 82 degrees, which is right there in the norm for this time of the year, with the winds pushing primarily out of the north at about 9 miles per hour. We'll drop down to 76 degrees with partly cloudy skies at 7 o'clock, and we'll dip to mainly 60s by the time we hit 9 o'clock under mostly clearing out skyline. A look at the temperatures right now indicate for us we're at 72 in Rehoboth, 74 for Bethany Beach. Now remember, it warms up a little bit slower along, closer to the water, but at the inland areas we are closer to the 80-degree mark. Coming up, we'll talk about just when will the next round of rain arrive. I'll unlock the key to that mystery in a moment. Till then, back to you, Maddie.
Oh, thank you. The Republican primary for the 36th district in Milford, it came down to 12 votes. The race was between Patrick Smith and incumbent Brian Shoup. Smith is requesting a recount. Now, the race has attack ads like a billboard. You see it right here. It's a point of contention, but also confidence in this race.
That was my campaign that put it up, yep. So workhorse to show horse. Shoup likes to show up with where the cameras are, and he likes to take pictures and like to take credit for things that he didn't necessarily do. He has a long record of doing that.
Yeah, I mean, from the beginning, my opponent has used a lot of mistruths about not only my record, but what we have done here in the community. I mean, I think when you start with saying things like, I'm absent in this community, it just shows the level of where they're willing to get dirty and lie to people in general.
Shoup says he welcomes a recount, and we have more on this story and the data that goes into recount law in Delaware coming up next at 6.
On this 23rd year since the 9/11 attack, both presidential candidates are at the remembrance ceremonies. Today's somber tone, a stark contrast to last night's fiery debate exchanges. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
In a somber encounter at the 9/11 memorial today, Vice President Harris and former President Trump shaking hands and standing in solidarity with the victims of the nation's worst terror attack 23 years ago. The moment a stark contrast to last night's fiery debate that quickly moved from handshake to gloves off.
The worst vice president in the history of our country.
I have talked with military leaders, some of whom worked with you, and they say you're a disgrace.
Former President Trump on Fox News today calling it his best debate while suggesting he would not face off again.
Well, I'd be less inclined to because we had a great night. We won the debate.
Democratic fundraising surged off widespread analysis of a big night for Vice President Harris. She won the endorsement of superstar Taylor Swift. And undecided swing state voters NBC News spoke with largely leaned toward her winning the debate.
You could tell that she was prepared and she knew exactly how to get under Trump's skin.
The vice president went in planning to needle her rival and at times appeared to throw him. This reference to crowd sizes.
People start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom.
We have the biggest rallies.
Leading the former president into an attack on Harris's record that veered into debunked conspiracy theories about immigrants in Ohio.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
There were heated exchanges over reproductive rights.
The government and Donald Trump certainly should not be telling a woman what to do with her body.
And the economy.
We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before.
Yet to be seen how much the debate will shift the race for the White House. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The mother of the teenager accused of killing 4 people last week at Appalachia High School in Georgia apologized to the victims' families in an open letter. Marcy Gray wrote, quote, "I am so sorry from the bottom of my heart," unquote. It comes a week after the shooting left 2 teachers and 2 students dead. 7 others were wounded by gunfire. Authorities said 2 more suffered other injuries. Gray said she would never forgive herself for what happened and that her son is not a monster. Gray reportedly called the school before the shooting to warn officials about an emergency involving her son after she received a concerning text from him.
Heading into traffic news, see for drivers, you have a road closure you want to be aware of. Nanacoke Avenue between South Porter Street and No Name Road will be closed on Thursday, September 12th from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. City crews will be cleaning out a sewer main.
Work is now underway on a multi-year irrigation improvement project at the Ocean Pines Golf Club that will replace a failing 50-year-old system. According to the golf course superintendent, the first phase of that will likely be a 4-year project that will include the pump station, the 1st and 9th holes, and the driving range. Still to come, Bunk with Beasts, an event you won't want to miss at the Salisbury Zoo.
And a pleasant dry weather pattern persists over Delaware, where we take a look at your evening planner and plan on it staying very clear with temperatures settling into the 60s, eventually falling into the 50s once again in the early morning hours.
First, honoring the nearly 3,000 lives lost 23 years ago. How today's ceremonies brought the nation together. Up next.
Hi, I'm Warren Rosenfeld. Start your day with breakfast from Rosenfeld's Jewish Deli, served at each of our 3 locations. Enjoy our scrambled lox, onions, and eggs, our corned beef and Swiss cheese omelet, or our fried chicken and waffles. How about our corned beef hash and eggs, our challah French toast, our oversized pancakes, or some warm potato latkes? And don't forget about our smoked fish platters. So come treat your belly to breakfast at Rosenfeld's. It's served all day long. We hope to feed you soon.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Local businesses are the lifeline of every community. And behind every local business is a person with a dream, putting their heart and soul into something they believe in. And when you support a local business, you're contributing to the local economy and making our community thrive. Spicer Brothers has been helping Delmarva families with their home improvement projects for over 20 years. So trust Spicer Brothers with your home, where every dollar stays right here on Delmarva, supporting real local people and their families.
There's no issue where politicians, Republicans and Democrats, have failed more than immigration. A crisis at the southern border, drugs flooding our communities. We need leaders who reject toxic politics and get stuff done. Larry Hogan knows how to get results. In the Senate, Hogan will be the key independent swing vote to secure our border and fix the broken immigration system. He's a proven leader. Larry Hogan for Maryland.
I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
A solemn ceremony was held this morning at Ground Zero in New York, marking 23 years since the September 11th terrorist attacks. It was on this day in 2001, nearly 3,000 people tragically lost their lives when al-Qaeda terrorists crashed 4 planes into the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and a field in southwest Pennsylvania. During today's ceremony, there were moments of silence, followed by the readings of the names deceased.
A new lawsuit accuses Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson of sexual assault and battery. A Texas woman alleges it happened in her apartment before a dinner date in October of 2020. Jane Doe is seeking compensatory and punitive damages in excess of $1 million. Watson was playing for the Houston Texans at the time. Neither Watson's lawyers, the Browns, the Texans, the NFL Players Association, nor the NFL responded to a request for comment.
Sports complex DE Turf is hosting its 2nd annual Back to School Community Day event. It's this Saturday, September 14th at 5 p.m. The event will take place at the DE Turf Sports Complex in Frederica. It'll be $5 a person. You get all types of food, activities like bubble soccer, laser tag, face painting, and more. Paul, I know it sounds good to you, so be sure to pre-register online.
I enjoy the face painting, I'll be real honest. Take a look at the Bay Health forecast. 80 by Thursday, then we go down to 79, back to 80 again, but it's going to be a little bit cloudy on Friday. Will that bring in a chance of rain, a smidgen of a chance? Your full forecast coming up in a moment.
I'm David Wilson. I'm the CEO of the Preston Automotive Group, and I'm thrilled to announce our newest dealership, Preston Hyundai of Millsboro. Conveniently located at 28362 DuPont Boulevard, Millsboro, Delaware. We're open 8:30 to 8 p.m. on weekdays and 8 until 6 p.m. on Saturdays, or until the last customer is satisfied. Visit us in person or browse our extensive inventory at millsborohyundai.com. Buy online and we'll deliver it to your front door. Visit us at the all-new Preston Hyundai in Millsboro and discover why people say cars cost less with Preston.
I know in a world of social media, people are judged first for their looks and it can affect your self-esteem.
We have those confidence and self-esteem issues, and they're trying to find that special person that they want to spend the rest of their life with.
I was always pretty self-conscious about my smile.
I wanted to feel confident and look good going into college, and Tillman Orthodontics really made that possible.
My smile looks the way it looks because of Tillman Orthodontics.
It's never too late. Let's get started.
I love my smile. I love it.
Call Tillman Orthodontics for your free consult.
For more than a decade, Farxiga has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Farxiga.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
Brian was injured in an accident. He wasn't sure how he would get a lawyer because he was out of work and had no income and didn't know how he'd pay. But Brian called us. We took his case on a contingent fee basis. He didn't pay 1 penny until he got his settlement. Lesson of the story, if you've been injured in an accident, you may be able to hire a lawyer now but pay later. Folks, tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
A legacy is earned with generations of proven reliability, standing tall through the test of time, leading, innovating to build the best vehicles with the best value. Because the greatest memories begin with the journey.
This is my legacy.
Toyota, let's go places.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
The pattern of beautiful weather, you almost think we're being just spoiled too much. Or is that really a possibility? I'll let you contemplate that as we go through the forecast, actually. Our gutter helmet camera in Ocean View, we're at 73 degrees, and the winds right now pushing out of the southeast at about 5 miles per hour. Now, we'll settle into the 60s as early as 8 o'clock this evening under a mostly clear skyline. So, today's lows, we started at 55 degrees, 54 in Salisbury, and we're right now at 77 in Milton and Lewis, 83 in Redden, 80 degrees in Seaford, and 78 right now Delmar, 78 also, by the way, in Ocean Pines. The winds have been pushing, onshore winds, been pushing out of the southeast, bringing in just a touch more moisture, and that's actually taken what little edge of chill we had in the air right out of play, pushing the moisture content in the atmosphere up just ever so slightly, giving us that comfortable feeling for today, but not too warm indeed. Delmar Peninsula, very clear. We still have high pressure controlling our weather, and it's pretty quiet for the next 12 hours. We stay with clear skies, 65 by 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 63 in clear skies, and by 1 o'clock, for the folks on third shift, 61 degrees. Highs tomorrow will be in the 80s to upper 70s with the winds out of the east at 10 to 15 miles per hour, 77 in Lewis, but 80 in Seaford and Laurel. So that's why I give you those two, depending on exactly where you are. The farther we go inland, the 80s, for example, in Cambridge, Vienna, and Federalsburg. To the south we go, we're at 79 for the high tomorrow in Smoke City, 75, for example, in Ocean City. Now, we are watching out for a chance of rain that's going to try to develop for next Monday. We'll see cloud cover thickening up for us, and then we'll see scattered showers, but they're looking brief. Even, that touch of green, this is the rain here, the touch of green that we're looking at, just flashes of it, not a consistent one until we get to, let's say, 4 o'clock Wednesday. That's when we start seeing that possibility. By the way, the big story, meteorologically speaking, in the country is really Francine, still now at 100 mile per hour winds. It's moving to the northeast at about 17 miles per hour, causing havoc for the folks in New Orleans. They have memories of the horrors of Katrina on their mind right now. It's a category 2. That's nowhere near the strength of Katrina, but you get gun shy if you're dealing with something as monstrous as that storm. And I was there in Mississippi covering it when it happened. So yeah, I understand. So our weather, back to our story. Starry skies, possibly patchy fog late. 80 for tomorrow, continued sunshine with some clouds late. 79 on Friday, very cloudy, but we'll still see some sunshine before the day is done. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Extended Forecast.
Oh, thank you. Well, here's a story we were all speaking about. I'm excited. This Friday and Saturday, you can bunk with beasts at the Salisbury Zoo. Now, it's designed for families with children ages 4 and older, but I would like to come. BYOT, bring your own tents and sleeping bags. Campsites are limited, first come, first served basis. If anyone needs a date, I'll be there for the dinner, a guided tour, activities, animal encounters, and a night hike through the zoo and breakfast, Charlie.
Maddie was excited talking about it in the break. Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, your game of the night at 6 p.m. You can watch Salisbury University face off against Johns Hopkins in field hockey. Then at 8 p.m., it's post time. At 8:30, watch Sussex Central play Sussex Academy in boys soccer, and stick around for the final score at 10:30. And on the DSN Plus app at 5:30, it's Stephen Decatur against Parkside in girls soccer. And at 6, like we just mentioned, that game of the night, Salisbury University versus Johns Hopkins in field hockey.
We salute Debbie Chase. Debbie Chase, an EMT at Talbot County EMS and St. Michael's Fire Station, is celebrated for her hard work and dedication to caring for others. Her unwavering commitment ensures the health and safety of her community daily. We salute Debbie for her outstanding service and compassion.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
You shouldn't have to choose between the kitchen update you need and the vacation you want.
With Paul Davis, you can have both.
Change the look of your entire kitchen. Get all new doors, drawers, and hardware without any major demolition, and it's done in as little as 3 days.
All for half the cost of a tear out.
And that vacation you wanted?
We'll give you that too.
Pay nothing for 12 months and get a luxury vacation for 2. Call Paul Davis for a free same-day estimate or visit the showroom.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts. Here to help now.
Update your outdoor living space with comfortable, weather-resistant furniture from Johnny Janasic. Shop our huge in-stock selection for all the latest styles and trends, as well as timeless classics, all at the guaranteed lowest prices. When it's time to relax and unwind, Johnny Janasic has you covered for patio sofas, chairs, tables, fire pits, and more. From all the best brands at the best prices with financing available. Shop Johnny Janasic, Delaware's premier outdoor furniture destination.
Feel the rush of adventure and the thrill of incredible savings at Gateway Subaru. Save up to $2,700 on a new 2025 Subaru Outback with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. Or save up to $2,400 off a new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. And be among the first to drive the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Stop in and reserve yours today. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Foul odors, discolored water, are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Son, your house looks and smells great. I finally took your advice, Dad. Dry Zone was professional, fast, and reasonably priced. Just like I said. Yes, Dad. They fixed up our crawl space, so no more buckling, cracking, or musty odors. Like I said. Yes, Dad, like you said. Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best. Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
In economic news, price hikes have slowed to their lowest rate since February 2021. The Consumer Price Index, which measures price changes for commonly purchased goods and services, dropped to 2.5% in August. Economists expected this slowdown thanks to falling gas prices. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says the leading driver of inflation continues to be the cost of owning and renting a home.
A weight loss drug is showing promise to treat childhood obesity. In a late-stage trial, children who used the weight loss drug liraglutide lost significantly more weight than children on a placebo. The study, published in the New England Journal of Medicine, looked at the effects of the drug on children between the ages of 6 and 12 with a high body mass index. Out of 82 children, 56 received the drug injection once a day. The rest got placebo. At the end of the trial, those on the drug had a BMI of more than 7 percentage points lower than their counterparts.
It looks like Justin Timberlake won't have to cry a river in court. The singer now expected to enter a plea deal to driving while intoxicated charges. Those date back to his June arrest in Sag Harbor, New York, which is in a village in the Hamptons area of Long Island. He previously pleaded not guilty. Coming up tomorrow is National Video Game Day. We'll tell you the most popular video games. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Transform your bath today with Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
The work we do at Delaware Electric Cooperative is driven by one goal: providing our members with the most affordable and reliable power possible. The co-op is committed to maintaining and improving our system through the use of innovative technologies. Our Beat the Peak program helps keep rates affordable when the cost to produce power is highest. Each year, we give back capital credits to our members as a return on their investment in us. At DEC, members matter most. And that's why we keep the lights on.
In 1925, a simple bank ledger began journaling the transactions of life in Willards, Maryland. New houses, barns, and farm equipment. Growing families and businesses both big and small. A record through time of hardship and prosperity. 100 years ago, the founding of the Farmers Bank of Willards was vital to the town. 100 years later, banking has changed, but the Farmers Bank remains steadfast in its original mission, keeping and reinvesting millions of dollars right here for the benefit of our communities.
Your backyard is a haven for cherishing moments with those around you. That's why at Coastal Fence Company, we're not just about fencing your yard. We create an oasis to capture those memories. We provide years of expertise in fencing, decking, and patio installations, offering a diverse selection of high-quality materials that suit your style. Our products are built to withstand the elements, maintaining beauty and functionality for your backyard, with financing options available to fit your needs. Call us today or visit coastalfencecompany.net for a free estimate.
My patients mean the world to me. It's why I come to work every day.
When a patient gives me a hug or says, I can't believe you were able to do this for me.
Getting somebody out of pain.
Seeing a patient be able to smile when they haven't for years.
Somebody that's afraid and then they're not afraid anymore.
I love making a difference in other people's lives for the better.
I think that's a really amazing thing that you can do for somebody else.
I'm thankful that I get to do it.
Open 6 days a week with convenient hours. Call and schedule your appointment today.
Gamers across the country, Thursday is your day to compete. September 12th is National Video Games Day. From virtual reality to PC games to handheld games and mobile, there's so much to choose from. The industry is always innovating, adding features like hyperreal 3D and ultra-high-def graphics. The most popular games nowadays, according to data, Call of Duty, Minecraft, Fortnite, and Grand Theft Auto. For beginning gamers, why not try it out tomorrow?
I guess Donkey Kong is not included in that. Oh, okay. I won't even go with Space Invaders. Okay, so anyway, all right. So our Hershey's exterior camera in Ocean City, we're at 73 degrees with winds at about 4 miles per hour. Our expectation for the rest of the night will drop to 71 with clear skies at 7 o'clock, down to 66 by 9 o'clock. And it looks like it's going to stay pretty clear for the rest of the night and just a touch on the cool side. Overall, nice. Hey, here's a look at our forecast line. Your forecast is just a call away. Call 443-880-9100, sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandales, Brockstedt, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling exclusive 10-day forecast. I really don't see a problem with rain, actually rounding out the rest of the week, even though it's going to be a little cloudy on Friday. However, the worm turns dramatically for next week, so get your umbrellas ready for next week.
Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.